We need you, Lord. We need you, Lord. Whoa, you are true, and your promises remain. We trust you, Lord. We trust you, Lord. Say you are true, and your promises remain. We trust you, Lord. We trust you, Lord. Say you are true, you are true, and your promises, and your promises. We trust you, Lord. We trust you, Lord. Say you are true, and your promises, and your promises. We trust you, Lord. We trust you, Lord. We trust you, yeah. We trust you, Lord. We trust you, Lord. We trust you, Lord. We trust you, yeah. We trust you, Lord. We trust you, Lord. We trust you, Lord. Whoa, you are King and you reign. Reign in my life. Reign in my life. Say you are King and you reign, and you reign forever. Reign in my life. Reign in my life. Say you are King and you reign. Reign in my life. Reign in my life. Say you are King and you reign. Reign in my life. 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 If it had not been for the Lord, who was always on my side, the enemy would have swallowed us, would have drowned in the waters. But our souls have found an escape, a hiding place in you. The foul snare is broken. Our help is in the name of the Lord. I'm nothing without you. Without you, you are the air that I breathe. I can't live without you. Without you, Jesus, in you I live and move and have my being. nothing without you, nothing without you, Jesus. You are the air we breathe. You are the air that I breathe. Can live without you. Without you, Jesus. You are live, and you I live and move and say I'm nothing without you. Without you, Jesus. You are the air we breathe. You are the air that I breathe. Can live without you. Without you, Jesus. In you I live and move and have my being. Hosanna to the Most High God. To Jehovah. You are the air we breathe. You are the air that I breathe. Hallelujah, yeah. Hallelujah. You are live, have my being. Whoa. Hosanna to the Most High God. To Jehovah. You are the air we breathe. You are the air that I breathe. Hallelujah, yeah. Hallelujah. Yeah. You I live and move and have my being. Yeah. Hosanna to Jehovah. You are the air that I breathe. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. In you I live and move and have my being. Thank you, Lord.
Amanda. I was Shama Flake, Shiny Dr. Jubilee. I was Shama Flake, Lapo. I was Shama Flake, Lapo. Amanda. Thank you. Now I want to let you into a secret. Don't tell anyone this is a secret. The reason we are celebrating this day here in Tshwane, because we are preparing the Commander-in-Chief. Because next year, in a couple of months, is going to the Union buildings. So that is why we are here. We are sending the Commander-in-Chief to the Union buildings. Commander-in-Chief, we got it on the record from the staff of the Union buildings that the man that is supposed to be on those offices, when they told him that the only way you can occupy those offices, you must have ideas, you must be able to think. When he realized that he doesn't have ideas, he can't think, he left the Union buildings, he's walking somewhere in South Africa. So the media will know him, they always see him walking. The next speaker is going to be our DSG, who's going to introduce our case and leadership. DSG, Komisa Thengiwe Mkalipi.
Amandla! Amandla! Angizwa! Amandla! Rise, Africa, rise! Rise, Africa, rise! Long live Commander-in-Chief, long live! Thank you very much. Thank you, Chair Commissar Marshal Dlamini. I'm going to introduce our guests who are with us today. First of all, we have a leader by the name of Joris Bondo, who is a community of Congo Awareness Movement of African Renaissance. Ukhona la uhleli kanye nathi la ngeke ngize ngimbize ngicela simshayele ihlombe ukuthi ukhona. And then isambeli sethu sesibili Mr. Albert Kwanda Jr. yena umele iCentral African Republic Communication Advisor. Ngicela simshayele ihlombe naye. Then let me take this opportunity as well to introduce Mr. Derek Yu, who is spokesperson for Southern Cameroons, Embasanoy Community, South Africa. Agezanga yedwa uze nama-comrade laphayana nawe Jabula. Asiwashayela ihlomba ama-comrade ase-Cameroons. And then ke bese ngithatha this opportunity ngi-introduce ke ama-members ethu from the province. Simbonile ukomisa acting chair of the province uMandisa Mashego. She's here on behalf of the province and all other leaders. Ngicela simshayele ihlombe. Sinabo nobuholi be-EFF Student Command. Sino secretary uRendani Ramandweni is with us here. Sino Peter Kete, president of Student Command as well. And then sizoba nama members to SCCT and as well as members of the War Council bonke bakhona today. So ngeke ngize ngibabize ukuthi bezothi hi ngicela sibanike ihlombe. Then can I introduce as well ke ama leaders ethu ke manje ama officials of EFF. Ngizoqala ngixolisele uchairperson wethu ukomisa uchairperson uadvocate Dali Mpofu akekho uyasebenza today, so that's why he didn't make it. And then ukomisa TG wethu uhambile wachona e-office naye ubanjwe umsebenzi. Then ngizoqala ngo SG wethu ukomisa GG Gadi.
Mandla! Maibuya! Thank you very much, DSG.
Ngizocela introducer uDeputy President of EFF ukomisa Floyd Shivambu.
Pambere Chumurenga, Pambere! Pambere Chumurenga, Pambere! Thank you.
Thank you, TSG. No, the president is coming. The president is going to come and speak to you. Relax, son, we are here. The whole Africa, Nabasemsebenzini, they must come back from work so that they can listen to the Commander-in-Chief speaking. So the Commander-in-Chief, forward to free education, forward. Forward to free education, forward. Forward to free education, forward. Now our next speaker is the president of the EFF Student Command, Commissar Peter Kete.
Amandla, Amandla, long live EFF, long live. Long live EFF, long live. Maibuye, here Africa. Maibuye, here Africa. One province, 1 million votes. One province. Thank you very much, fighters, the guests, and everyone who made it here in this one of the most prestigious gathering of African countries. All African brothers are gathered here to remind ourselves how important it is to unite as Africans. But equally, we must ask ourselves serious questions to say, what is wrong with Africa as a continent? What is wrong with Africa as a continent? And the simple answer will be, we have been colonized for many, many, many years. Right? But my interest today is very simple. We all were all aware that we were colonized through the most brutal system in the form of slavery, apartheid, and all that. But my argument here today is simple, and it is to say that particular violence was not enough for the white people and the imperialists to capture African continent. They needed something more than just violence. They needed something more than just going and butchering our people. If they did not have another form of strategy that obviously you would know, as the Student Command, we speak of decolonial education. Why must we decolonize education? We must do it precisely because they captured us using the very same institutions. They made sure that education itself self-sustained colonialism. Comrades, the scholar Marx will put it properly with his own language to say colonialism needed to produce conditions of its own reproductions. So it means whatever was studying at school, your law, your economics, how is it going to make sense if we are in a socialist state? Is it going to make sense, the economics the way they are at school, if we remove the capitalist system and we introduce socialism? Will the economics and accounting that we do make sense? Which is why we're saying this education must be decolonized. It must be directly proportional to the development of African economy. And we are unapologetic about that. This June, the Student Command will be embarking on a very rigorous policy assembly where we will be giving meat to this concept of decolonizing the education. We must decolonize this education so that it can serve the interest of African people. Because right now, you see us who are full at schools there. We go there and apparently there's free education, right? We go there and we graduate in our numbers. But that product of graduation, it then assists the imperialist forces instead of our people. We go there and go make a lot of profits for white people. We go and they even tell you that you must work hard. It's good to work hard. But that hard work, it does not have any impact to you, your life, and your fellow brothers. Comrades, lastly, we must put it categorically that it has never happened that an African country can be a conqueror. An African country has never been a colonizer. That is why we are surprised today by Morocco, reactionary and arrogant Morocco, on what they are doing in Western Sahara. And we stand here today to call upon the South African government to take steps the same way they did with the Israel embassies and all that. Morocco, they must know that we are not playing. Africa does not belong to people who have any ambition of, wanting to be white people themselves. We know nothing about colonialism. So, comrades, we must not forget also that the reason why we are gathered here is precisely because we want to achieve something. What is that we want to achieve? We want to achieve an egalitarian society. We want to achieve an equal society. How do we achieve an equal society? You will never reach or achieve equal society if the land still remains in the hands of those who oppress us. Fighters, there is no form of land summit. There is no form of land summit or discussions anywhere else that is going to give us the land back. The only way we are going to get the land back is to go to the ballot boxes, to voting station and vote the EFF into government. Then we are going to expropriate land without compensation by amending the constitution in parliament. Let us not be biased and be bamboozled by these unnecessary tensions that are being presented by this reactionary ANC government with an intention of shifting away from the real cause of the land. Amandla! Awetho! Amandla! Elelizwe labugogo bethu! Elelizwe labantu abamnyama! Elelizwe labugogo bethu! Elelizwe labantu abamnyama! Elelizwe Jojo! Elelizwe labantu abamnyama! Elelizwe Jojo! Elelizwe labantu abamnyama! Sizolilwela hezwela, sizolilwela, hayibo sizolilwela bo, hayo zwela, izwela me, ezwela me, lonali kole babolale, hayo sizolilwela bo, hayo
sothekizolilo labo hayo bayo hayo yo amanda. Thank you, President of the Student Command. Forward to free quality education, forward. Forward to free quality education, forward. The President of the Student Command has spoken. So now I want to put it categorically that the next assist is Penny, 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 Penny Mayangan.
Hey! Hey! Shikaza raga mama shangani raga, shitonga raga mama shikaza raga. The woman that I met in London, she's better than the one I met in New York. Oh, she like shikaza raga, shitonga raga mama shikaza. Genesis pelane, Genesis pelane, Genesis pelane. So you go on DJ. Just Yahweh. Shikaza raka, mama shangani raka. Shitonga raka, mama shikaza raka. Shikaza raka, mama shangani raka. Shitonga raka, mama shikaza raka. The woman that I met in London, she's better than the one I met in New York. The woman that I met in London, she's better than the one I met in New York. Oh, she like, she got a ragga, she's on the ragga. She got a ragga, mama, she got a ragga. She's on the ragga, mama, she got a ragga. Genesis pelane, Genesis pelane. Genesis pelane, Genesis pelane, Genesis pelane, Genesis pelane, Genesis pelane, Genesis pelane. Yahweh! What? Yahweh! Baby, I'm a married man. My baby, I'm a married man. I know you're married to ma. I know you're married to ma. I don't wanna die for love. 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 Just Genesis pelane, 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 Genesis pelane. What? Shangani raka, shitonga raka, mama shikaza raka. Shikaza raka, mama shangani raka. Shitonga raka, mama shikaza raka. The woman that I met in London, she's better than the one I met in New York. The woman that I met in London, she's better than the one I met in New York. Oh, she like shikaza raka, shitonga raka, mama shikaza raka. Genesis pelane, 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 pelane. Jesus pelane. Ahoy! Ahoy! Lugana! Look at me, some of my my baby, I know you're the money too much. I know you're the money too much. I don't wanna die for love. I don't wanna die for love. Ahoy! Die for love. I don't wanna die for love. Jesus pelane. Jesus pelane. Jesus pelane. Jesus pelane. What? Jesus pelane. Jesus pelane. Jesus pelane. Jesus. Le Vugeli. Viva EFF, 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 viva! Viva EFF, EFF, viva! Lugana! Lugana! Lugu ama helala wasayawina. Silo hikwa soshani fanelo. Silo hikwa soshani fanelo. Whoa! 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 Just Hesirubi Berege. Yo, Kirubi Berege. Kirubi Berege Nemawe. Yo, Kirubi Berege Nemawe. Hey, Kirubi Berege. Yo, Kirubin Berege. Kirubin Berege. Yo, Kirubin Berege. Kirubin Berege Lemawe. Yo, Kirubin Kinyaga iPhone Kirubin Berege. Yo, Kirubin Berege. Kinyaga I Kirubin Berege. Yo, Kirubin Berege. Kinyaga Samsung Kirubin Berege. Yo, Kirubin Berege Lemawe. Hey, Kirubin Berege Lemawe. No, Kirubin Berege Lemawe. Hey, Kirubin Berege Lemawe. No, Kirubin Berege Lemawe. Singing Chalito. Wanaga singing Chalito. Wanaga singing Chalito. Wanaga singing Chalito. Yo! Unyagabianina, 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 Unyagabianina. Come on, busy corner, Kirubin Berege. Yo, Kirubin Berege. Muzazi kuwa Kirubin Berege. Kirubin Berege. Tarikiana peni mayaganio. Laki babulo bedi ulumata kwa sina msaji. Kwa mchaji kwa mtisama na bula. Kila na kwa kitagoni. Kwa si mchaji ya mbisawe hewa na mayagani. Kati watu wabaye numa mbagisa hii. Kale haide na kisi vikosi. Mutomu mbagisa gari kipana machuna muruka. Kisutakiruani kiareta. Shata buena. Wampana gansibana. Wampana
lapho lithi chovito. Akelishaya amafleti lapho lithi chovito. Akelishaya amafleti lapho lithi chovito. Thank you, Fighter Penny. The revolutionary Thomas Sankara once said, while revolutionaries as individuals can be murdered, you cannot kill the ideas. The idea of the returning of our land has arrived and is not going to be stopped or delayed by anyone, especially white people. So even Jesus Christ himself can arrive here. If he looks like a white man, he cannot stop us. Now I'm going to call the academically gifted, the physically gifted, our second in command, the Deputy President, Fred Shivambu.
Amandla! Viva the economic freedom fighters! Viva! Pabiri Nehondo, Pabiri! Pabiri Chimurenga, Pabiri! Aluta continua, aluta! Aluta continua, aluta! Amandla! Away two! Viva the Commander-in-Chief! Viva! Viva the Commander-in-Chief! Viva! Thank you very much, Commissar Marshal Dlamini, member of the CCT, the leadership of the EFF in all levels, from branch, region, province, and the Central Command team. My task is not very difficult. My task is to come and introduce a great Pan-Africanist. My task is to come and introduce a leader of the revolution. My task is to come and introduce a leader of the continental economic emancipation movement. My task is to come and introduce the leader and president of the economic freedom fighters, a member of the Pan-African Parliament, a leader of our revolution, the incoming president of South Africa, Commander-in-Chief Julius Malema, Comrade President. Amandla! Amandla! Tata, EFF, Tata! Ayule, EFF, Ayule! Ayule, EFF, Tswane, Ayule! Ayule, EFF, Sidibeng, Ayule! Ayule, EFF, Western, Ayule! Ayule, EFF, Joburg, Ayule! Ayule, EFF, Ikurleni, Ayule! Tata, EFF, Tata! Thank you very much. Leaders of the revolution, our Deputy President, Secretary General, Deputy Secretary General, Comrade Marshal Dlamini, our Program Director, and all members of the War Council, the Central Command Team, Provincial Command Team, Regional Command Teams, and all ground forces of the EFF who are here today. I also take this opportunity to salute our fellow African brothers and sisters from our continent, the richest continent in the world and the most beautiful and most diverse continent in the world. We are here today to salute the fighting spirit of revolutionaries who resisted colonialism and subjugation of the black majority. We know that we have gained our own independence, but we cannot claim today that our independence is complete. We know that we're still fighting the legacy of colonialism and imperialism. We're here in Tshwane, the capital city of South Africa, to mark the 55th anniversary of the foundation of the Organization of African Unity. We therefore are here to salute all liberation heroes and heroines, the kings and the queens who resisted colonial invasion, and the freedom fighters who refused to bow to the colonial masters. We are here to salute Haile Selassie, Julius Nyerere, Kwame Nkrumah, Kenneth Kaunda, Patrice Lumumba, Amilcar Cabral, Thomas Sankara, Nelson Mandela, Steve Biko, and all those who made us proud by resisting colonialism and imperialism. Fighters, each year we take a pause on the 25th of May to celebrate Africa, reflect on the long journey of political emancipation we've traveled, and defeat of imperialism, and make an effort to understand the challenges we face today as a continent. We today, 55 years later since the formation of the Organization of African Unity in 1963, the formation of OAU, which was later dissolved in 2002 and was replaced with AU as we know it today, was as a result of a meeting of progressive Pan-Africanists who met in Addis Ababa. Africa Day is a celebration and recognition of Pan-Africanism. We must not make a mistake, comrades, and confuse this day to be meaning any other day. This day, it's a day where we celebrate ourselves. This day, it's a day where we tell the whole world and those who care to listen that we are Africans and we are proud. We are not ashamed of being Africans. We are not ashamed of being black. But we must ask ourselves a question. Why is Africa Day not a public holiday in South Africa? Why do we have useless holidays like Reconciliation Day? Reconciling with who? Because the actual Reconciliation Day is the day those invaders defeated Zulus. It's not an honest day which deserves to be celebrated by ourselves. Today, we should not be at work. Today, we should not be at school. We should all be gathering to remind ourselves of who we are and where we come from. We are even made to celebrate Christmas Day. Yet, it has got nothing to do with us. This day has got everything else to do with us. That is the birth of a progressive Africa. That's when Africa realized its purpose and identified its rightful place in the politics of the world. This is the day we should be saying, Pambirenge Chimorenga, because the struggles continues. We will never say Pambirenge Chimorenga if we don't know what is Chimorenga. What is the struggle? How do we know about the struggle? This day should be a holiday so that proper reflections are made to teach the young ones about these days, to teach ourselves of where we come from in order to chart a way forward. We hate one another today. We kill one another today because we don't know who we are. We call people Zimbabweans. We call people Malawians. We call people who come from outside Makwerekwere, whereas we are Makwerekwere ourselves because we come from where those people come from. None of us come from here. We came from the north and found the koi and the sand here in Southern Africa, and we settled here. the Khoi and the San welcomed us here. So we should welcome others as well, the same way we were welcomed here. Know your history. You will appreciate our fellow brothers and sisters from Africa. Fellow South Africans, let us celebrate Pan-Africanists like Julius Nyerere. Those are the people we should know their history. Those are the people who welcomed the ANC and the PAC in exile in Tanzania, made it possible for them to be trained and come back to fight against the nonsensical, murderous apartheid regime. Today, when we see people from Tanzania, we see enemies. We see people who threaten us because we don't know the history of Africa. That it was people like Julius Nyerere who hosted us, who received us when it was difficult in South Africa during the times of apartheid. You will never appreciate Tanzania. You will never know the role that Tanzania played in our struggle. You will never know the role Julius Nyerere played in the revolution, because those who write our history, they distort it to suit the white man and project all our heroes as monsters who never did anything for Africa. Comrades, we must celebrate African leaders in a manner that is befitting of celebrating such leaders. We must know who's Nkwame Nkrumah. What did Nkwame Nkrumah do for the continent of Africa? The father of independent Ghana, who said it is never enough to liberate Ghana alone, for as long as other African countries are still oppressed, Ghana is not free. We are free today because of the visionary leadership of Nkwame Nkrumah. We need to know these people and know what role they've played. Who is Kenneth Kaunda? Can you tell us the role that independent Zambia played in the liberation of Southern Africa and South Africa in particular? Who is Thomas Sankara? What did Thomas Sankara do for the people of his country and the whole of African continent? Burkina Faso knew real leadership with Thomas Sankara, the man who initiated progressive programs in Burkina Faso, the man who replaced the Mercedes-Benz we are driving with Renaults, who said we cannot drive big cars when our people are suffering. We must downgrade the cars and drive in cars that will not create an impression that we are in it for ourselves. We must make sure that we have leaders who look up to Thomas Sankara as one of their own. Not these leaders who are imposed on us, who are imposed by white media on us. We need leaders that have contributed to make us who we are. Eduardo Mondlane in Mozambique, the founder, president of Frelimo, the man who brought all progressive formations in Mozambique together and formed a progressive organization which contributed to the liberation of Southern Africa. In Mozambique, there was Samora Machel. Today, we are not sure if Samora Machel should be regarded as a hero because of signing the Komati Accord with the apartheid regime. We don't even know what is Komati Accord that Samora Machel wrote or signed rather, because the Boers only tell us the good signs and the good things that they think we want to hear. But Samora Machel, a product of Eduardo Mondlane, made a terrible mistake when he signed Komati Accord with the Boers, because no progressive leader should have entered into any form of an accord with a murderous regime that was apartheid. Amilcar Cabral always teaches us to always respect and tell the truth. Amilcar Cabral was one of the great intellectuals and revolutionary leaders produced by our continent. We must be able to celebrate Muammar Gaddafi, the brother leader of Libya, who was killed by Jacob Zuma, who signed with the West that Gaddafi must be killed. Muammar Gaddafi was killed by the ANC government. The ANC government must take full responsibility for killing a brother leader who wanted to unite the whole of Africa and create one currency which will not be reliant on the US dollar. The brother leader who gave the people of Libya land, who gave the people of Libya houses, livestock, seeds, and equipment to work the land. The man who gave the people of Libya free electricity, free education. The man who created a state bank in Libya. The man who gave women $5,000 every time they gave birth as a sign of appreciation. A tried and tested leader of Africa. Today, Gaddafi would have been alive if the ANC did not collaborate with killers and killed the progressive leader of Libya. Fellow fighters, we must appreciate that we need progressive government. We must not say these parties have fought for our liberation, therefore they've got a right to abuse us. The abuse we see in Angola under the leadership of Dos Santos is unacceptable. We need the people of Angola to choose a government of their own without any form of intimidation. In Angola, there is a crazy law where they say you can't criticize the president. Imagine if that law was in South Africa. We will be in jail, all of us sitting here, because it was all of us who said Zuma's head looks like a butternut. That was a jail term if we're in Angola. We were going to be arrested in Angola.